Okay, so it's Cats0411 on YouTube. My website is catsrodriguez.com. I changed it. I wanted to kind of, be more of all about me. I wanted to get away from contracting with people and having people do things that I didn't like or mess over other people, and then it came upon my name, so I didn't like it. So I thought it would be better to just be all about me. So what this is about is basically protection, purification, and cleansings. If you have a deity or an entity, if you have if you have an entity in your house or a spirit or a long lost one that's just bothering you and your children and your husband, there are ways that you can protect yourself. One thing that really amazes me is that people do not use cascarilla. How do you spell that? Am I right? Cascarilla. I passed it. No, I'm kidding. It's pronounced cascarilla. I'm always surprised by the amount of practitioners that just are not even aware of this, because I use it a lot. I mean, I usually buy it in bulk, okay, and I always send it out to my clients. But I look at this as part of my arsenal. This is my weapon. You know what I mean? I use it when I go to the God, my other phones are going crazy. I use it when I go to the cemeteries. I use it on the back of the headboards, crosses. I do it on the back. If you're going to blow smoke over a baby's head, you can put crosses on their feet, crosses on their wrists. You can do so much stuff with cascarilla. So do a Google search and research it. The only one person that might have a problem with it are vegans, but they don't like to touch really animal byproducts. But honestly, cascarilla it's the shit. It's what it is. Cascarilla is powdered eggshell. That's what it is. The shell's finely grounded and it feels like baby powder. You can break it up. And I even have a coconut in the door with with Niño de Atocha. I have my coconut and there's a cross on my coconut, and then I have my cascarilla just everywhere. And I use it a lot. If I'm doing spiritual cleansings on clients, if I'm sending packages out to my clients, I do a lot with cascarilla. Cascarilla basically repels negative energy and the vibrations of negative energy. So number one, you can do a purification bath. There's a lot of different baths you can use. You can Google search them or go to your local botanica and ask a santera or a santero or a palero or anybody. They'll give them to you. I have plenty of them. I can email them to you. You can use it as a piece of chalk and you're drawing a sigil. To some of you, that would be a veve. You can use that, and basically you can make a circle of protection with magical rituals. This is great if you're going to meditate, astral project, if you're doing any kind of visualizations, and you can actually use the powder as a dust. I mean, it comes in like a little egg form, not an egg form, but a little hard form with white paper around it. And when you crunch it, it looks just like a powder, so it's really easy to use. You can dust yourself with it for protection. I always put it on the back of my neck, my forehead, my temples, and my hands, my chest, and the bottom of my feet, especially before I go before a cemetery. If you have psychic abilities at all, mediumships, if you're empath, you know what I mean. If you're clairvoyant, if you're, you have anything, you can dust yourself off with it, and it really works well for you, especially for energy vampires. Always make the sign of a cross. As previously mentioned, as I've already said, always make a sign of a cross and protect yourself from those psychic vampires, because you're going to get a lot of psychic attacks. If you practice witchcraft, or you work with the dead, you are going to get attacked no matter what. I have arula, okay? I have a lot of things that people don't know that I have. I'm 40 years old. I'm 20 years ahead of a lot of you. But I'm still going to get attacked. So you always want to know how to protect yourself. If you have mirrors in your room, cover them at night, okay? It's very important. Cascarilla keeps the negative spirits away. It really, really does. If you feel like your home is haunted It's a good repellent, but what I do is I make it into a base. And I'll also do floor washes, and I also do with my flowers that I put on my boveda or over with my guerreros, my warriors. I first of all, I peel all the dead stuff off my flowers, okay? The leaves, the dead stuff, and then I pray over them. And then I put fresh water into the glass 3 times. Then I break up the cascarilla and I put just a little bit in there, and I put the flowers in really pretty, and I put it outside by the door, and I leave it out there for a few hours. Then I bring it in and I present it to my guerreros or to my boveda, and it ends up lasting a good month. The spirits end up taking over. If you have spirits around you that are talking to you, you can actually hear them. You find it more difficult you're finding it more difficult to communicate in the real world, go to a psychiatrist, go get help, go to a botanica, go to a high priestess, go to a pastor, do something, because you've gone way far and beyond what you can do yourself. And I really stress that, go get help. The things that I'm saying are small things that can actually help you, but cascarilla does not, it doesn't discriminate between the good and the bad. It's basically just provide you a barrier between the physical and the spiritual world, and it's really good stuff. And I love 1800, and Florida water is amazing, but I like 1800. Not 1800 you get drunk on either. Woo! So yeah, basically, if you are doing house protection, you can use your cascarilla. You're basically going around the house in a clockwise. And and you make signs of the cross on either sides of the doors, above the doors, or on the thresholds. Another thing you can do is read out Psalms 91. That works, and it also helps a lot. Like, it really, 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 really helps. Trying to think what else. There's so many uses for cascarilla. You can Google cascarilla. There's so many different uses for cascarilla, and once you start using it, you're gonna always want it. And what I might do is I might add it on catsrodriguez.com, because a lot of people have just been asking me, but basically what it is a tool for protection and cleansing, okay? And it's really good. It's really, really good for you. You can get it at the Botanica. It's called cascarilla. It's cascarilla. I actually can spell. And it looks like chalk. And it's a powdered eggshell. And it's used for rituals. A lot of people in Santeria, Palo, Voodoo, they all use it. For sigils, all that stuff. But you can do a lot of things with your home. There's another thing you can do with your home if you're having problems with your children or anything like that. Put clear bowls of water underneath each bed, a little bit of rum, right with the cascarilla crosses on the back of the beds. Each room, read Psalms 91 and put fresh white flowers. You're giving offerings to these spirits, and you're basically making an even ground. You're saying, look, this is our even ground. Let's get along. This is my home. You're welcome here, but I'm not going to put up with your BS. And then you're also feeding them at the same time. So that was my video. I actually did one after 4 or 5 months. And it's basically protection, purification, and cleansing. I love you guys. Mwah. Mucho ashe. Mucho ashe. I love you.